All of a sudden, bam! This is normal walls explained once and for all. All geometry in the game is made up of walls, floors, and ceilings. By having an object push me into a ceiling hitbox. To enter a ceiling portion of a ceiling hitbox, Mario's movement gets cancelled, like a person might say that getting right here is out of bounds. Mario will start pushing, cutting short your upwards trajectory. It's because you can't getting pushed by an object. We can enter out of bounds by doing a ledge grab, jump into a cork box next to it, which is done here using the, and we can have Chuckya throw. Mario dies, Mario stops having his hat on. Why does going out of bounds hat? You see, Mario's logic goes like this. First, hat stay no hat, which gives him his hat, and so his hat, then we're done with the function. We never even get to step 3, and so we just see hat. In the castle foyer, I clipped behind this pillar, did a backwards long jump, and then used the speed to clip behind the upstairs key door. So I just wanted to clarify that. Out of bounds kills you. Soft bonk, hard bonk, boingy. They all let you bonk, bonked on a wall, bonked on the ceiling. We're almost ready to get to normal walls, parallel universes. The term normal wall has two parts to it, normal and wall. To satisfy being normal, we just have to clearly see the wall there. And then to satisfy being a wall, it has to be a wall. Bonk on it like a wall, pushable and bonkable, all pushable and all bonkable, like a Punnett square. Periodic table for invisible walls. Triangles and triangles are two completely separate things in the game. There's an invisible wall because this whole hallway is a trap. There's an invisible wall in the water in the shape of a little left turn sign. You can see that they put a big invisible wall here. They wanted you to plummet to your death. We can actually just land on a later part of the slide anyway. I just fall off and die. There's an invisible wall above the center of the merry-go-round. We can see they were trying to prevent the best user experience, because then you'd basically have to redo the whole level to make sure you can't touch the ending trigger from the side. You can clip through this wall into the water behind it. You can enter the hitbox, we can clip into the mountain, and then we upwarp entering the water hitbox. There's a gap. Get the upwarp, wall with texture, which is an upper ceiling hitbox. If we bonk in there while he's in the air, you can clip inside this pillar, push on the ceiling hitbox of the area below. And also, like we saw, you push on the ceiling hitbox, clip inside the floating ship, clip inside one of these glass blocks, something that doesn't have a floor on top. In theory, this should never happen in the game. There are no floor triangles. There are once again no floor triangles. Unable to. Exposed ceiling hitboxes, these two flaps are actually ceilings, so watch out if you're ever playing around above any floor. The whole area is bonkable. Bonk, if the course doesn't have a death barrier, then the out of bounds area will just be at the edge of the death barrier. Out of course floor, happy face. This ceiling is actually a ceiling. Wall ceilings, happy face. Happy face. The side of this third step, the side of this little bridge has a floor triangle. The side of this platform has floor triangles. The side of this structure has a floor. Wall floors, happy face. It's like the wall took on the responsibility but doesn't actually have the powers. This has caused a lot of frustration for the walls with texture. Those are put there intentionally to prevent you from going to places that you're supposed to go to. So they get in the way when you're going to places that you are supposed to go to. For the ceiling, those are mainly places that you don't normally interact with. And then for out of course, you know where those are because they're only on the course. It's just in the course, so you might just bonk the real walls, because they're the ones that give a bad name to normal walls. Angry face. Then the wall turns into a floor. Floor gaps cause invisible walls. Bonking on it seemingly hit the invisible. That should help. I'm not just every invisible wall. I want this video that way why it's there, and just how glitchy this game is. So if you sit back and relax because you see some of them, and so now you may end up bonking on this invisible wall, essentially by wedging yourself between two of the unit columns. You fall into the gap. You may end up hitting this invisible wall, enter or exit this alcove. It's a floor gap. This one's in water, so if you thought climbing up these just remember, but hey, at least now you know where them. Or hit them on purpose while moving downwards, bonk, upwards, and then miss it afterwards, 2 frames in a row, bonking. Easy way to confirm if we push against an invisible wall. If you're doing movement near the bridge flap invisible wall, you might just bump into this invisible wall. It's actually used in the task. She uses the invisible wall to backwards long jump in order to get lots of speed. Infinite speed, 48 speed, no cap. Minimum speed, unlimited negative speed, BLJ. Floor, because then each long jump do it on a rise rising platform because the platform rises into your jump. You can do it using a ceiling because the ceiling makes you land instantly. There are floor gaps. It causes the lower room to also activate and hides the objects in the upper room, like the boo and red coin. So that's why out of nowhere, the boo can just teleport back to its starting position. It's a floor gap with a floor under it. We can just jump into it.
What? What the hell?
It's a ceiling gap. Here I hit a ceiling gap and fall down, though here I still end up hitting it, which could easily lead to your death. Here's what jumping into the gap looks like in the game. And just for good measure, I bonk a breeding ground. We have 7 of them to reflect off of out of bounds. Wedge Mario to make him reflect every frame, just like earlier with the bonking. Take a shortcut by jumping over the gap. A button challenge. Bouncing off the invisible wall helps you redirect your momentum when you're doing lava boosts up the lava fall. Bonk on it onto the ledge and only manage to ledge grab. Try to run off this ledge and end up ledge grabbing, accidentally jump off because then it could bonk you. There's just 2 of them and they're in such a weird spot. Half out of bounds, half ceiling, but 100% trouble, because one bonk on this could send you falling all the way down the snowman, and I mean all the way down. You might just bump into this invisible wall. We can actually have the out of bounds appear into Mario, so basically, you can just die out of nowhere. Did anyone ever die like this? Surely it would take like 1,000 years. Bebop Bandit live on stream.
And of course I do. Please. Please! For the love of fucking God! What the hell? Are you fucking kidding me? What the...
Shortcut, so we can actually just jump right into one of these, dive up that seam using the floor gaps. You could hit this extra thick invisible wall. You might hit this one if you line up with the extra thick side of the bridge to the other, jumping across the corners. There are invisible walls, so watch out for those. If we jump up into the invisible wall, watch out for those. Floor gap, jump into these floor gaps. Land all the way down here. Your shell might break out of nowhere.
Invisawalled?
Suddenly you're redirected downwards.
Pero man, ¿qué es este juego? ¿Por qué te estafa así?
You might accidentally bonk, remember that? You are so innocent, fall right through one of those floor gaps, free fall for floor gaps, the wall at the start of this icy bridge, you get pushed to the side bully platform, enter these, you get pushed to the side, like the others, you get pushed to the side, you'll have to hope you miss, floor gap, happy face, happy face, happy face, happy face, taking on the responsibility without the powers, angry face, ceiling leaks through. Sometimes there'll just be a single right at the ceiling vertex, walking in midair, then down warping. Nothing unexpected happened when you leave the ground. The movement got cancelled because Mario hit a normal wall, which happens when Mario hits a normal wall. He does not become airborne. Let's say Mario's walking into the floor, Mario became airborne. Walk into the ceiling, press A, press B, press Z. Why does it down warp you? Sliding movement, big down warp. I walked into a ceiling in midair, walk into a ceiling, walking in midair, and then pressing Z, this invisible wall, try to travel above the alcove. You only manage to ledge grab, nothing happens, loaded and affect Mario, causing him to down warp.
What the what? What just happened? What just happened?
I really like the way this one looks, it's very aesthetically pleasing. Jumping off to the right side, so we have a decently thick invisible wall. You're not just gonna jump off the edge right there, right? Speedrunners jump down that way to get to the wall kicks will work star.
Oh my god, that's... What? What?
How am I standing here? Oh. Mario?
What the fuck? Oh my... Oh my...
Mario's doing some weird animations. When you're in this state, you can still use the control stick to tilt Mario's upper body. Here I slide in place, and remember, I can still tilt Mario's upper body, which looks pretty funny in this animation. This one also looks pretty silly when you tilt him, especially because he's just running in place. Where are you trying to get to, Mario? You trying to go somewhere? Oh, almost got there. Come on, Mario, you can do it. Oh, almost there. Come on, a little more. Oh, there we go. So I slide in the triple jump animation, sparkly triple jump animation, which results in Mario somersaulting for forever. They made an edge vertex that exactly lies on its edge. And then for the other edge vertex, the ceiling juts out. If anyone's ever hit these ones before, a hybrid invisible wall, start of this path, because you will get burned if you randomly have your height cut short or bonk while you're crossing this edge. Try cutting it across the corner. A cool thing you can do is wedge Mario between the floor and the invisible wall, and he just kind of gets stuck there.
Yes, no. What is going on? What? I've never seen that. What?
Even more hazardous than you have to worry about. We're not gonna get around to that one until a bit later.
Abandon the casino. What the fuck was that? I'm pretty sure that was an invis wall.
What? Oh my god.
Enter the alcove from above, you might get blocked. Turns out it does have some invisible walls. Like the second and third arches, there are some invisible walls edges. Then these invisible walls, think of them as guardrails keeping you on. It's just one more invisible wall. They might kill you on the very first jump in the level.
For the one time, Mario, don't die.
Balls absolutely everywhere. Like, literally, go f yourself.
And bonking in TikTok clock usually leads to falling speedrunners.
Oh my cock, dude.
Right through this invisible wall, so you could easily bonk.
Alright, so I can do it here and there's no invis...
What? What? Okay. I don't have any words for that invisible wall. I've never seen that invisible wall.
Oh my god, invis wall, really? Oh my god, another invis wall!
Doesn't extend up too high since it's from an object, but it can still lead to your death. Anytime you jump over to this area, you risk bonking death.
Why is there an invisible wall there?
Hey, now you know why. For this lower walkway, you may bonk death.
That is the saddest thing since sliced bread. Dude!
Clearly, this is not the run! Clearly! Jesus f***!
Try to jump down, as speedrunners do.
I'll be back.
Oula, je vais rester sur l'aiguille histoire d'éviter les murs invisibles. Waouh!
Someone help me, man. Jesus fucking Christ.
Go forwards on top of the clock hand. It's the clock hand parting the invisible wall. We have ceilings. The boxes don't have floors on their treadmill to the third treadmill. You might hit this invisible wall. Possibility of bonking if you jump up high enough. If you try to long jump from the clock hand, even at the very top of TikTok clock, the ship, this invisible wall could lead to your death. Look at what you have to go through. Hope you get lucky, which goes right through that last invisible wall.
I got invis walled.
Oh, no. What?
What the? Okay. What?
Temporary invisible wall.
Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. Moving right along.
Of course, and then bam, ceiling one more invisible wall on the mountain. It's still a potential the second invisible wall.
What was that? Did you see that? The invisible wall? Wow. I never seen this. Wow.
Invisible wall right around here. So I guess this part of the snowman wasn't put together too well. You might bonk and die. You have to go to. And so you might bonk. You could easily hit this and die as you're jumping.
What? No. What the? What the? Nah. What? What do you? What? What the? What do you want me to do? What? Nah, no, I refuse to believe that. Just come on.
You look like the NPC version of Mark Ruffalo. Just get what is going on? What is going on? So anyway, how are you guys doing today?
Rounds up to fucking 13.
Mulch coded.
I don't deserve it. Why does this only happen to me? Why do I only get the worst invis walls in all of my runs? Why do I consistently get the worst coin RNG? The worst luck at all? In every run? Keep going? Dude, I'm gonna die. I was like playing fine, man. Like I was playing fine. I would have saved time, man. Oh my god, man.
So to avoid hitting this invisible wall during a speedrun, you just have to aim more to the right. Specifically, make sure you cross onto the mushroom to the right of this vertex that I'm highlighting here. If you do that, then you will avoid the invisible wall. Invisible wall, which are some of invisible wall, and it is not jumping into these invisible walls that you should be worried about. Mysteriously get redirected downwards, bonk, and fall down.
Alright, down. It's gotta be, this has to be aggressive. Okay, so somebody explain when you land on something, why aren't you sliding?
The floor is in the right position, but the whole ceiling is just 20 units to the side of where it should be. That causes a huge chunk of ceiling to leak out, because the whole staircase moves up and down. This staircase, just be wary of bumping.
What the fuck was that, dude? Holy shit.
Let's watch as one speedrunner discovers this trick all on their own.
The worst down angle anyone has. What the hell? I didn't know you could do this. What? What? What is that? What? What is happening? What is happening? Dude, I did not know. What the fuck?
Because you're never really gonna jump off the edge right there. But if you were to jump off the edge right here, then you'd have to worry. The rolling log has some invisible walls. There's already an invisible wall there. The one on the blue rectangle can get in your way.
What?
Jumping over the crusher while it's out. Bonking on this one is usually pretty bad.
What? Hello? Dude.
No, that blue coin. What was that invisible, dude? Are you shitting me, man?
What? The triangle has invisible walls on it, how they rotate around, so you could hit one of those ones. These ones could also trip you up. Look at how many there are. Help us get around. Getting around by blocking us. Now for the most part, one instance of each object. Show every instance of every position at every angle. Elevators, I'm making an exception. So it just feels more worth it. Fixed track elevators, think of it like a carnival ride. Nice peaceful ride where you take a breather. This far into the video, can't actually talk back. So I hope you're enjoying. This is literally the most effort of any video, so I hope you find it worth the effort. I'm not gonna disappear YouTube short ideas, so if you want to see all those, and our elevator ride is almost over, a place for just us, and as an added plus,
Oh my.
Oh.
a down warp that can happen when you bonk. One down warp, this one works a little differently. We use the displacement from the moving elevator, but if you decide to jump, you could bonk when Mario stands on it if you go near the seesaw's edge. So you'd have to be really unlucky, because you have to tilt it and then get into the right position. Jumping across the seesaw, you can bonk.
I was a bit confused of that, so I got a visible wall!
What? What? What was that? I've never seen that in my life.
Oh my god! Oh my god, he said it! What the fuck? Fix your shitty game! I'm doing 70. I'm sorry.
Big Boo's Haunt can have an invisible wall. You can't really hit these invisible walls back and forth. You're most likely to end up hitting one of their start rising. Can happen both when the King Womp has invisible walls.
What is that bonk? Hello? What the fuck is that?
Positions me perfectly to hit the invisible wall. You can hit these invisible walls. I don't know why you'd want to, so you could bonk and then suddenly you get down warped. Ceiling Punnett Square, aka the final boss of the causes. Question, which floor is directly below Mario? You can't touch any part of it. You'll notice that you can just walk straight through it. And hey look, I turned Mario into a traffic cone. It's completely intangible. You go right through the ramp, front, right, back. You can stand on the left and the top for the first one. For the second crystal, challenge them to jump into a crystal. You can become airborne, the wall pushes you out, going through that little hole. Because of floor overshadowing, it's like we get a phantom chimney above the house that goes all the way up. And you can slide into this invisible wall, meaning we can do the animation shenanigans from earlier. But once you start sliding into it, you're basically stuck, because there's nothing you can do to get out of it. Our sliding movement just gets continuously cancelled by the invisible wall, so Mario stays in place. And you can't even exit out on the pause menu, because the game only lets you exit out in certain stationary actions, which doesn't include sliding. So it truly is a soft lock. Walk straight into the sign by going through the front side, because that side is an overshadowed floor. Though it is only 2 units, so I know we already had 4 invisible walls inside the ship, but now we have a 5th one. And that means all 4 arches in the slide sides of the arch, because the floor isn't being overshadowed there. There's an invisible wall there. In this corner, there's only 1 invisible wall instead of 2. So I guess it's only the second worst corner in the game.
What the fuck? What did I wall kick on? I got robbed. What the fuck just happened?
Why don't you take a guess at which crystal we're gonna focus on? You picked one? Okay, well you're wrong, because the answer was this little baby crystal in the corner. You might not want to travel above it. And here I slide into the crystal while in the pushing animation, but this invisible wall is interesting because it's next to a steep ramp that you can't stand on. You just fall off of it. So just like we did in Snowman's Land, we can wedge Mario between the ramp and the invisible wall, and he just kind of gets stuck there in the falling animation. But you can get out of it. And you can also slide into the invisible wall on the side of the ramp, which means we can do the animation shenanigans from earlier. So not only is Mario running in place, but he's also sideways on the side of the ramp, which doesn't even look like somewhere you can be.
Oh my god. What are you doing, Mario? What the fuck is going on?
green or red, it's still a ceiling hitbox that you can bonk. Some rotations cause invisible walls. SM64 Collision wasn't really meant for a structure this weirdly shaped.
Oh! What was that? There's an invis wall there? I have never seen anyone hit that in my life. What the hell was that?
So basically, you really don't want to go near that axle.
No! No!
No! No! How did that happen? Fuck! How did that happen?
Jumping above one of these pendulums. The skull box was meant to get in your way by hurting you when you touch it. That means whenever you jump onto the ship, you may bonk.
I'm just doing this. I don't care. Whatever.
Oh my god!
Holy fuck! I just can't, dude. I just can't get a break. I can't.
Not again. Dude, why do I keep getting stuck there?
Oh my god!
Did I do it correctly?
What? What was that?
Squished. Squished. Floor, ceiling. 450 units. Squished object. So you can get squished here, you can get squished here, but you couldn't get squished in here. No objects. Squish. Squished. Squished. Squish logic. Squished. Unsquishes. Squish push. Squished. Squishing. Squish. 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 You can get a down warp. You can get a down warp one of his invisible walls. A down warp if one of its. A down warp if one of it is highly susceptible to causing squishes. Squishing. If you get squished fire C can cause a down warp. If you get squished, these falling blocks in lethal lava land. Squished.
A couple days ago that you were... What the fuck?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
What? What happened there? What?
Down warp if you get squished.
No. What? You gotta be kidding me.
If you get squished, cause a down warp. If you get squished, down warp you right through the elevator platform. Death barrier. Squished, 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 squishing, squish.
I don't want to learn more, man. Honestly.
Dude, what the fuck? Oh my god.
It's fun, right?
I've hit this fucking invisible wall like... How many times?
Is my... What the fuck is happening? Is my cartridge fucking... Do I have solar flares?
No, 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 no! Are you no? Oh my gosh. I just can't believe what I'm seeing, dude! What's the problem? Oh my god! It's a disaster, man! What the hell? What is the wall?
If you get squished.
Oh my god. What? I just... What? I just down warped like 100 feet. What do you mean?
Down warp if you get squished.
What?
Can cause a down warp if you get squished on one of its invisible.
And invisible. Yep. Yep!
They ask you how you are, you just have to.
So to like one day have a better...
Bro!
What?
Squish push. Squished, unsquished. Squished push, unsquished. Push, squish push. Squish push. Squish push, squishing, squish push, squishing, unsquished. Push, squish push, squishing, squish logic, squish cancel. Squish, squish push. Squish push, squish push, squish cancel. Squish, squish cancel. Squish cancel, squish cancel on a spinner. So I go from long jump, squish cancel on the elevator axle and Bowser. Squish cancels, squish push, squish cancel on the elevator axle. Squish cancel 3 times in a row. Mario Mario dies out of nowhere, squished, squish canceling, squish cancel, squish cancel, squish canceling puts you in squish canceling repeatedly, squish cancel, squish cancel, squish cancel, squish cancel, ground pound chain, squish canceling, squish cancel, squish cancel, squish cancel, squish cancel, squish cancel, squish push, squish cancel, squish cancel, squish cancel, squish canceling. Floor, there'll be more confusion. Let's say each of your names was an amp, and they're all coming after me. So as you can see, I'm trying to escape from the amps. Ugh, get out of here, Cadbrad.
What is going on? What is going on?
I don't deserve it. Why does this only happen to me? Why do I only get the worst invis walls in all of my runs? Keep going? Dude, I'm gonna die.
What? What the fuck? Fix your shit game.
Please. Please. For the love of fucking God.
Solar flares? Wow. What?
What? What is that? What? What?
Doing Mario? What the fuck is going on?
Oh my god, invis wall? Really?
Alright, so I can do it here. There's no invisible.
What? Oh my god, I've never seen that
Which doesn't include sliding, so it truly is a soft lock. Now the video's actually over.